So the Rockets probably played their best game of the season, beating the Bucks tonight 97-92. It was a great defensive effort from the whole team, especially from guys like Jabari Smith and Bruno Fernando. Those guys definitely helped the Rockets on defense today, stopping Giannis from having a monstrous game on offense and, stopping guys like Brook Lopez and Grayson Allen from having good games. So offensively, I wouldn't say that we were great, but defensively, that's where our bread and butter was that game, or this game especially. So we're going to go over the game talking about the Rockets and the Bucks and talking about what really stood out for the Rockets today to help them win the game. So what's up? My name is Rockets Empire. If you like what you see, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. And let's just get right into it. So Jalen Green, the only player to score over 20 points this game for the Rockets, had 30 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists on 12 of 21 from the field and 3-6 from 3. So Jalen, he was really the only player that could get his shot to go down from 3. As a collective, from the 3-point line especially, the Rockets shot 6 of 27, which is good for 22%, which is not great, obviously. But Jalen, he went 50% from the 3-point line especially, shooting 3 of 6 from 3. So I think Jalen on offense, he was struggling before this, obviously. But now with this game, I think he might start to find his rhythm again. He was making a lot of good contested shots today, a lot of just good overall drives to the cup. And down in the fourth, he had, I think it was a drive into, who was it? Brook Lopez, with 20 seconds left, 27 seconds left. And he got into the cup and got fouled. And he only made 1 or 2 from the free throw line. But regardless, it gave the Rockets a bit more of a lead in the fourth, especially. So I think Jalen Green being great on offense in the fourth quarter definitely helped us maintain a lead. But from other players like KPJ, Eric Gordon, Şengün, and Jabari Smith, the offense wasn't really there. So KPJ, 18 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds with 2 steals and 1 block. Did have 4 turnovers, but had 8 of 16 from the field and 0 of 3 from 3. So KPJ, same thing with Jalen Green, was making a lot of good contested shots, especially in the mid-range area. For a majority of the game, he was really just trying to drive in, trying to set up his teammates, and just trying to find his own shot. Majority of the time, he was getting stopped. And obviously, being KPJ, you got to understand that he's not going to run the offense perfectly. We're going to need a guy that can run the offense in the offseason, and hopefully we can find that guy. But for right now, KPJ is going to be the starting point guard. And for most of the game, I would say he played pretty okay. The assist turnover ratio 7-4 isn't really too great, but regardless, I think he did play a pretty okay game on the offensive end. Eric Gordon, 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist with 1 steal. There's nothing too much to talk about Eric Gordon. 4 10 from the field and 1 5 from 3. I think it was either late in the third or early in the fourth where Eric Gordon just started to go trigger happy with the amount of shots he was taking. And I don't know, he's definitely just a guy that we need to get off the team. At this point, I would just be willing to package Gordon with essentially anyone that's tradable on the team for maybe just some picks or just anyone that we can basically just move his contract and overall just clear up the starting small forward position for guys like Kenny Martin Jr. or Jae'sean. So Şengün, 8 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists with 1 steal in the block on 4-10 from the field. Şengün played all right today. I wouldn't say amazingly. Defensively, I would say he did play pretty well. Offensively, he was missing a lot of shots, especially in the low block where he's usually the most effective. But regardless, I think he definitely played a pretty big part in the Rockets' defense in the paint, stopping Giannis. So finally, we got probably our best defender on the team, and this game especially the best defender. Jabari Smith, 6 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 1 block on 1 9 from the field, 0 4 from 3. You can tell from the stat line that Jabari didn't have a great game offensively. Defensively, I would say that he was the huge reason that Giannis didn't have a great game today on offense. He was a plus 13 today in the plus minus for Jabari. He was a huge reason why Giannis wasn't getting into the cup a lot more than he usually does. So I think Jabari Smith, him being able to lock it down on Giannis today, it's definitely a great sign to see. And I think it just shows the potential that he has on defense for years to come. And I think he could be a throw-in for an all-defensive team somewhere in the future. So Jabari Smith did his part today in stopping Giannis, which was really the reason why we were in this game in the first place. Drew Holiday had to score 25 points for the Bucks to lose by 5. So, you can kind of just take what you want with that information. But Jabari Smith was definitely the biggest reason why we were great on defense today. So Kenny Martin Jr. with 10 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and a block on 5 and 9 from the field. KJ, I mean, he was getting a lot of offensive rebounds today, which is really what we want for the Rockets. If you look at their offensive rebounds today overall as a team, only had 10, but KJ had 3 of them, which is the highest for the team compared to the Bucks' 13 offensive rebounds. So I think KJ Martin, if we just trade Eric Gordon, man, I mean, I think Kenyon Martin Jr. would definitely slot into the starting small forward position, and the defense would be a lot better if we have him in the starting lineup. So there's another guy I want to talk about tonight. Jae'sean Nix, or 2 guys actually. Jae'sean Nix and Garrison Matthews both had 5 points. Nix had 4 assists and 1 rebound with 1 steal, and Garrison Matthews with 1 rebound and 2 blocks. So Matthews today on the defensive end, man, I definitely would say this is Matthews' best defensive game overall in this season, or even in his career. I think Garrison Matthews, he played the best defense he's ever had. And it's very surprising for a guy that only can shoot 3-pointers that he can play defense too. So I think I'm definitely impressed with Garrison Matthews tonight. Same thing with Jae'sean Nix. I mean, he had 5 points and 4 assists in 12 minutes. He was playing pretty well in the first, I think it was the first half he played. Didn't really play much in the fourth. He definitely got it done, especially with the passing. I mean, 4 assists in 12 minutes is actually not that bad. 2 of 4 from the field and 1 3 from 3. So Jae'sean Nix, he's definitely improving. So good to see those 2 guys starting to get into their rhythm. Now, there are some things I want to talk about here. Ty Washington and Josh Christopher both did not play, which is pretty alarming. They were recalled today from the Vipers, but they didn't get any minutes, so I want to see what's up with that. Another thing to note, Steven Silas wasn't the head coach today. It was John Lucas, because Steven Silas, first and foremost, I mean, I'm going to say this, rest in peace to Paul Silas. Hopefully the Silas family's doing well, but yeah, man, I mean, John Lucas, he did a great job today coaching this team. The amount of runs where Jalen Green and KPJ were staggered today were pretty great, and I would have liked to see it more in the third quarter today, but regardless, it was pretty stable for the most part. And defensively, I think that's what really led us to win, like I said. So, John Lucas, I think it's his first game being the head coach of the season. Regardless, I think he did a pretty great job with this team, and with the next few games coming up, hopefully we can keep up this momentum. We do verse the Suns on Tuesday. Yeah, we versed the Suns on Tuesday. We did beat them last time, so hopefully we can beat them hopefully we can beat them on Tuesday, because we did beat them. They're pretty bad right now too. I think they just lost to the Pelicans back-to-back. So hopefully we can see some sort of development from the guys against the Suns, and hopefully we can just get it done, because I think the team, we're definitely riding a high right now. We definitely are. I think the team morale is definitely a lot higher than it was at the beginning of the season, but we'll see what happens. Jalen Green finally finding his rhythm again. KPJ finally finding his rhythm again. And, Jabari Smith finally playing some great defense. So that's the video. My name is Rockets Empire, and peace.